Well, Rollins won the match. Superman punch.
Welcome, legends. This is News and Rings, bringing you non-stop WWE news, match results, and inside scoops. Hit subscribe and let's dive straight in. Tonight on, Roman Reigns returns, not as a savior, but as a war machine. Side by side with Seth Rollins, he storms into battle against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed in a collision that reshapes WWE's power map. This isn't nostalgia, it's retribution and strategy rolled into one explosive night. We'll unpack every second, from the emotional apology to the shocking alliance, the in-ring chaos, and the backstage whispers fueling the next phase of WWE storytelling. Stay tuned. This is where the real analysis begins. The night the power map shifted. The night began like any other major WWE broadcast, full of anticipation, rumors, and uncertainty. But few expected what unfolded when Roman Reigns made his long-awaited return. The crowd erupted, the energy shifted, and suddenly the entire landscape of WWE storytelling was rewritten. Roman didn't return to save anyone, he returned to reclaim order. Alongside Seth Rollins, he entered the arena not as a nostalgic throwback to the Shield, but as a calculated force ready to dismantle the empire that had grown unstable in his absence. The vision collapses. Before this night, Seth Rollins' faction, the Vision, had grown into a powerhouse. Under his leadership, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed brought muscle, charisma, and aggression. But dominance breeds tension. Over time, cracks began to form as egos clashed and ambition overtook unity. When Rollins lost a high-profile title match, frustration spilled into violence. Breakker and Reed turned on their leader, leaving him battered and uncertain about his place in WWE's evolving narrative. The betrayal was both physical and symbolic, a message that power shifts fast in this business. Enter Roman Reigns, calculated and controlled. When Roman Reigns' music hit, the reaction was immediate and overwhelming. The arena lights dimmed, the camera panned across the sea of fans, and the energy turned electric. This wasn't the tribal chief of old. This was a colder, more focused version. Every movement, every glance carried weight. His walk to the ring wasn't grandiose, it was deliberate. Roman knew exactly what his presence meant. His alliance with Rollins wasn't sentimental, it was tactical. A move that sent one message across the WWE Universe: the balance of power had shifted again. Roman's response: power and restraint. Roman didn't answer immediately. He stood still, studying Rollins with that trademark stoic intensity. His silence spoke volumes. When he finally spoke, his words were measured. Questions about loyalty, about consequences, about whether Rollins was ready to fight for something real again. There was no handshake, no embrace, just a nod. A silent agreement that this wasn't forgiveness, it was a test. The crowd erupted, sensing that this was more than a reunion. It was the start of a new chapter built on earned trust and mutual necessity. The storm arrives, Breakker and Reed strike. Just as emotions settled, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed appeared on the stage, titles in hand and fury in their eyes. They taunted the ring, mocking both men for clinging to the past. This wasn't random, it was personal. Breakker, the young powerhouse, demanded recognition as the future. Reed, the wrecking ball, backed him up with force and intensity. Together, they represented everything the new WWE generation stood for: strength without submission, ambition without apology. Their presence turned the segment from emotional to explosive. Words escalated, threats flew, and within moments, chaos erupted. War in the ring. When the bell rang, it wasn't a match, it was a war. The choreography balanced spectacle with realism. Roman's power met Breakker's raw aggression. Rollins' speed clashed with Reed's sheer force. Every move told a story, old warriors defending legacy against hungry challengers eager to destroy it. Roman's Superman punch landed like thunder. Rollins hit a diving knee with precision. Breakker countered with a spear of his own that nearly split the ring. The crowd was on its feet, roaring through every reversal, every near fall. It was chaos, but controlled chaos. the kind WWE storytelling thrives on. The finish controlled uncertainty. The finish was as dramatic as the build-up. Just when Roman and Rollins seemed poised to secure victory, interference hit. Maybe from allies of Breakker and Reed, maybe from unexpected faces waiting in the wings. The result? A cliffhanger. Roman and Rollins stood tall, battered but defiant, while Breakker and Reed escaped with the upper hand. The titles remained in their possession, but the message was clear. This battle was far from over. The ambiguity worked perfectly. WWE didn't close the chapter. It lit the fuse for the next one. Fans left wanting more, debating who truly held the upper hand. Backstage fallout, strategy and politics. Behind the scenes, reports poured in about the carefully constructed segment. Insiders noted how production framed the story. Every camera angle, every pause designed to heighten tension. Roman's return was timed to perfection, aligning with WWE's long-term booking plans leading into major premium events. Sources indicated that certain superstars were protected during the brawl, ensuring future storyline flexibility. Backstage politics also came into play. Who benefits from this alliance? Who loses spotlight time? The buzz suggested that WWE is setting up months of intertwining rivalries, weaving Roman, Rollins, Breakker, and Reed into a shared storyline web. The redemption. Arc Rollins' apology wasn't just character work, it's a narrative pivot. His transformation from self-assured visionary to humble fighter gives fans a reason to reconnect emotionally. It mirrors the arc of redemption, one of wrestling's most powerful storytelling tools. If executed correctly, Rollins' journey could rival some of WWE's most iconic comebacks, shades of Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, and Edge. Roman's role, meanwhile, is shifting too. No longer confined to the Bloodline saga, he's stepping into broader territory, the enforcer of order in a fractured WWE. Together, they form an uneasy alliance that feels both nostalgic and new. Social media erupts within minutes. Hashtags like Roman Returns, Rollins Redemption, and Breakker vs. Reigns dominated social platforms. Fans debated motives, predicted betrayals, and flooded YouTube comments with theories. The viral energy confirmed what WWE wanted: engagement. Love it or hate it, everyone was talking. Clips of Roman's entrance, Rollins' apology, and the final clash amassed millions of views overnight, turning a single segment into a week-long talking point. What comes next? The future is wide open. Will Roman and Rollins maintain their uneasy alliance long enough to reclaim dominance? Or will history repeat itself, betrayal, pride, and ego tearing them apart once again? Meanwhile, Breakker and Reed have solidified themselves as legitimate top-tier threats, demanding respect from both fans and veterans alike. As WWE heads toward its next major event, this storyline is positioned perfectly for expansion, new alliances, surprise returns, and emotional payoffs that could redefine the road to WrestleMania.